Hi friends!
Hey!
So we've been getting some requests on our previous Bright Line eating video, and so we figured since it's been over a year since we made that video, it's time to do an update. So today we wanted to talk about how we fell off the Bright Line eating bandwagon and how we're getting back on. So we wanted to start off with our kind of previous experience with Bright Line eating. So we did it for 9 months straight. So essentially what Bright Line eating is in a nutshell is 3 meals, weighed and measured, no sugar, no flour. There's a lot more to it, but that's pretty much like the basics.
Yeah.
That's our cute dog Zeke. So our previous experience with Bright Line eating, we loved it. It was a super awesome experience. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was really the best. I feel like it was really hard at first, but once we got into the groove, I loved it. Waking up in the mornings, I didn't ever feel like mentally exhausted or tired. I could wake up anytime. I felt great. Just a lot of mental clarity. It felt really good.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is that we both felt like some serious mental clarity. So we had done Bright Line eating for 7 months, and then we started doing IVF or in vitro fertilization. And so we planned on doing Bright Line eating or BLE as long as we could.
Forever, yeah.
And so
What
we
happened?
did it through our entire infertility process and all of that. So I lost 25 pounds doing it, and Jake lost, what'd you lose?
21.
21. And the great thing is during like that 9 months that we did it straight, we never worked out once, which is pretty amazing.
That was pretty good.
So that's another thing that I really loved about it. So the great thing about IVF is we felt like we were able to like prepare our bodies to be like healthy and strong through Bright Line eating, and that was like such a huge blessing for us. And we actually got pregnant with twins. You might hear them in the background. They're just playing on our little play mat. But that was the best thing ever. And so going into pregnancy, that was my first time being pregnant. And for me, I wanted to eat really healthy because that was really important for me, you know, caring 2 baby girls. But it was also really hard for me because like Jake was making a salad with cucumbers
and tomatoes,
which is my favorite food. Like I love cucumbers, and literally just the smell inside of them, I would throw up. Like it just grossed me out so bad. Which is funny because now it's fine and I can eat them. So while that was going on, like Jake and I talked about it and we kind of revisited, and we're like, okay, let's just focus on having a happy, healthy pregnancy and whatever that entails for us. And so that's kind of what we did, is we just wanted to like have that. So we always went with the mentality of being like, hey, we want to start up Bright Line eating again, but we want to do it when we're mentally there and when we feel a little bit more balanced with our twins, because we're first-time parents, and that was a whole adventure for us. But we knew that we wanted to eat healthy for our girls. That was something that was really big for us. And I know with Bright Line eating, you can not always make the most healthy choices, but we knew that, hey, if we start on this path, eventually our choices will continue to get better and better. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, another part that was where I at least found difficulties with Bright Line eating was when we traveled to China.
We went on a baby moon there for a few weeks.
It was so hard to find. We didn't have a salad for weeks. It was so hard to find,
we couldn't find vegetables.
You could find them, but they were cooked and lathered in like butter and...
Yeah, we even went to several grocery stores trying to get groceries, and so...
And it was just, anyway, that was rough. And so instead of starving, we just ate whatever we could find.
We enjoyed the experience. Yeah, so that was quite an adventure, definitely just trying to adapt and stuff. So I feel like when we weren't doing Bright Line eating, we still tried to make decent food choices. Like I feel like I didn't go and eat, you know, a whole plate of something that I normally would have. Like I felt like we still did pretty good, but yeah, kind of nuts. But we're definitely ready to get back on the bandwagon. So we actually already have. And this is our 3rd week back.
Yeah, and we want to tell you why we're starting again. Obviously, we had a really great time and experience, and you know, it's real important for us, for the girls, to set this example for them. And especially, it's like we're actually starting with them. It's called baby-led weaning, and we're sharing our food with them. And it's like, if we don't have Bright Line eating, like if we have
healthy
crap food,
foods,
they're going to be eating crap food, and So anyway, so that's kind of part of it too, where it's like they're starting to play with solid foods, and we're just sharing what we have and what we're making. So that way I think the first thing that Davey and Scout ate were peppers and lettuce.
Yeah, they were just like gnawing
munching on them and gnawing, which is super cute.
Yeah, they're not really eating solids right now.
Yeah,
they're just kind of playing with their food.
They're tasting and experimenting.
But it was cute to see them gnaw on it, so
yeah.
That was cute. But yeah, so that's one reason we really wanted to start again. I also felt tons of energy and I just felt really strong, and not just physically strong, but I felt really mentally strong. And I felt like that was a huge factor going into our infertility treatments with IVF. I felt like that was something that was really awesome, because I couldn't control what was going on with infertility or what the outcome would be with that, but I could control every day what I was putting into my body. And I felt like that just gave me a lot of mental strength. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that was really great for me. And so I like also too that it takes all the decision making out of it. Like, I love planning my meals the night before, so the next day I don't even have to worry about it. I can just go on throughout my day and enjoy it. And so it makes sense. So it's easier for me for like when the girls go down for a nap, I know exactly what I'm going to be making, and it's super easy for me to do now. Whereas before, I'd literally just like open the fridge and just stare at it and be like, okay, there's a lot of food in here, but I don't even know what to do with it. So that helps me a lot, is the meal planning part. And I'm excited about that again.
So let's talk about how we're going to be successful this time, just like we were successful last time.
Yeah.
I think we're just focusing on going back to the basics.
Because I literally did 9 months without breaking once, like any bright lines. Like, I went to Disneyland multiple times, girls trips. I traveled for work a ton. Yeah, Davey. That's our cute little Davey. And so I did a lot of that stuff, and it's crazy to me that like I didn't break my lines. And so we were looking, like Jake said, like back at the basics. So what are those basics that we're...
Yeah, so the things that... yeah, let's get...
Keep talking.
Okay. So yeah, so the basics that we're trying to get back into is basically, you know, number one, like we talked about, planning is key. Another way that we learned to get that willpower back in is by journaling every day. So you've already started and been doing a great job, and you've been journaling for the girls too. I'm going to start journaling again, and I feel like...
And I like doing like a gratitude journal. Like, I literally make it so quick. I use one of those 5-year journals that only have a few lines in it, and I just write 1 or 2 things that I'm grateful for that day.
Yeah, I'm going to start trying to do some more creative stuff too, because I feel like that gives me willpower to resist bad foods. So I'm going to start doing some digital artwork, some digital painting, a little bit of that every day, just for me to recharge.
But I think that's actually a really good tip that you're sharing, is that like if you're feeling like, hey, I want to eat this, and it's not something that you committed to for the day, use distraction, which is a really helpful tool. And also an accountability buddy.
Yes.
That's one thing I'm really grateful for, is that Jake will do this with me. It's a really big deal to have that, because I have a few sisters and family members and stuff that do bright line eating, and they're the only ones in their family that do it. So it's really great having an accountability partner.
Well, so for example too, if I'm at the grocery store and I'm tempted to buy something I shouldn't, I can call Kelsey and be like, hey, talk me out of this. Help me out here. So it's just, yeah, it's nice to have that person that you can be accountable to.
Totally. It makes a big difference.
Get Scout.
Oh, I know. I feel so weird when we just have one baby, because we have 2 babies.
2.
Yeah. Here's Scout.
They both want to eat healthy.
So here's Davey and here's Scout. So these 2 are big factors for, you know, wanting to stay healthy and strong. And because I also just want to be able to like move around and play with them and stuff. So another way that we plan on being successful is just planning ahead. We mentioned this before, like doing meal plans and stuff like that. So we used to keep everything in like a journal, but we found this past round, we've been doing a little just notepad on our fridge, or you could do like a whiteboard or something, and putting our 3 meals a day that we're planning on doing there. We just eat the same thing every day, or like both of us eat the same thing, because it just makes it easier.
Yeah. So we're making breakfast for 1 person, just 2 people. Well, now 4 people, but yeah. We all eat the same thing.
So it's kind of fun. But we have had, you know, as we mentioned before, several requests for like more bright line eating videos, and it is something that's a huge part of our lives that we don't really share much about, and so we would like to start sharing more with you. We have done a couple blog posts, so I'll link those below. We've done ones on like tips and tricks for starting bright line eating, as well as like our experience with it and our results, and before and after photos. Oh, I'll put our before and after photos right here because that's kind of interesting to see. This was our first round of photos. That's when I lost 25 pounds and Jake lost 21.
We took some before photos for this time around too, so we'll see.
Yeah, if you're starting bright line eating or any like food plan, do before and after photos. Like, I know it's kind of the worst. Like, I was looking at the photos and I was like, oh, I thought I was like looking good after having kids, and then I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I'm glad I'm starting bright line eating again. But it's nice to like have those photos to look back at. So yeah. It's nice to have those to see where we started. It's a big deal. So we have some more bright line eating videos coming for you soon. We're gonna do some of our favorite meals and share those with you guys, and we'll make sure to do like all the proportions and stuff like that too. And so stay tuned for some more bright line eating fun. But that's a wrap for now, and why we're starting up again. And well, yeah, we have started.
Feel free to comment below, ask us anything. Ask us if you want an accountability partner. We're more than happy to be that for you. And
totally.
So, seriously, this is you can't do this on your own.
I know, and that's the thing that we've learned is like this is a community thing, and it's really great having support buddies, and that's what I've learned through infertility. Like, I had so many support buddies, and it's like such a great part that what got me through everything. And so if you need a support buddy for bright line eating, let us know.
Anyway, thanks for joining. We'll see you later.